Okay, so I'm starting a fashion brand with no fashion degree, no industry connections, and let's be real, not much free time either. I am just a regular 9 to 6 corporate girly going into the office and then spending my weekends trying to prioritize all my different goals and relationships, be it making time for my friends, my family, my own personal interest. So yeah, I don't think adding this new goal of starting a fashion brand to my ever-growing to-do list is not exactly the smartest decision. But you ever get that gut feeling that you're meant to build something just greater than what you're doing now, but you just don't know where to start? Yep, that's me, staring at Pinterest boards like it's a roadmap to my dream life. So I've never gone to fashion school. I don't have any connections or experience in the industry, but I've got a vision. And I've decided that I'm finally going to stop waiting and start building and chasing after my dreams. So this is day one, the beginning of this whole journey. From Pinterest boards and YouTube videos to real factories, real samples, a real mess, until hopefully one day, a real fashion brand. So I'm making this series to document everything, the wins, the setbacks, the awkward parts. And I'm doing this because every time I go online to search for information, they always come from people who have already established themselves, which is of course great for them, but we are just not on the same page, and personally I feel that their advice does not relate to me at all because I am not at that level yet. And a lot of the times, creators tend to sugarcoat things. They tend to only show you the highlights, the wins, all the good rainbows and daisies stuff, but not about the real struggles and setbacks and what it actually takes to make this work. So if you've been hesitating to start something on your own, this video is for you, and I hope that you can take this video as a sign to finally make that first step too. Chapter 1. What I'm building and why it matters. If we haven't met before, hi, I'm Jolene. I currently work a full 9 to 6. I make videos on my YouTube and TikTok about self-development, self-growth, commentaries on certain topics that I find interesting in pop culture, and just content that helps you feel good and confident in yourself. Fun fact, starting a YouTube has always been a dream of mine ever since I was a little girl. So taking the step to finally start filming and posting on here has been a huge leap for me, and I'm just so proud of myself because if I hadn't done that, you wouldn't even be watching this video today. If this is the first video of mine that you've ever watched, then you might not know that I literally have the biggest dreams and multiple of them. And I'm currently on the journey of trying to chase my dreams and living a life filled with purpose, love and beauty. And I've only recently decided to take this courageous step into making this goal come true. Deep down, I know that I've always wanted to start and create something much bigger. Creating art that can be shared and appreciated for generations to come. Now, this can come in the form of many different things and can occur in many different mediums. My background is actually in digital art, so any and all forms of art really speaks to me. It's a huge part of my childhood and my life, and I want to start bringing how I see the world and its beauty into this very first project, which is a fashion brand. I can't even believe that I'm saying this out loud because it sounds kind of absurd knowing that I've never said anything like this, like projecting it like this ever. And it sounds absurd because I have never done anything like this before. Like I said before, I've never been to fashion school, I don't have a portfolio, I'm not qualified by traditional standards. But I know what I love and I know how I want people to feel when they wear something that I've created. So I'm pushing ahead with my goal of starting a fashion brand, literally from scratch. No secret investor, no overnight glow up, just me, my laptop, my camera, and a bunch of ideas that I'm finally brave enough to act on. For years, I've had this dream of starting my own fashion brand, not just for the aesthetics, but because I genuinely couldn't find clothes that felt like me. I felt like I genuinely liked pieces from each and every single one of these trends. My friends and family would always make fun of me, saying that I always choose unexpected clothing or that I just can't seem to stick to one certain aesthetic or style. But the thing is, for me, there's so many things that go into the construction and the making of the garment itself That sometimes I like this one specific thing from this one trend and then another specific thing from this other trend. But there are so many brands that have formed an identity around these specific trends and niches that they can't afford to push the boundaries and mix and match between all the different trends and aesthetics and styles. Because then their target audience who would have already been used to that style would just be confused and wouldn't like it at all. But you know, for trends, they're only here for a very short amount of time before the next wave comes and the trend goes out of season or out of style. But for me, when I genuinely like something, I literally rewear the life out of it. I will literally outwear the piece of clothing until it ends up stretched, torn, just totally not what it was when I first got it. I guess there was just not really a brand that I know of that had the perfect balance of clothing that is bold, elegant, timeless, yet just such a staple. Or something that you can wear to drinks with the girls, but also you can just throw on a blazer and you're all office ready and presentable for a meeting. Pieces that are just handmade, artisan crafted, one of a kind. That people will literally stop you in your tracks to ask you where your dress is from because the quality is just so apparent and unmatched. That you can tell whoever created this piece, this dress, must love women a lot and want them to shine and be confident in their own skin. And that's the kind of energy I want my brand to capture. I don't want to just make pretty clothes. I want to build a feeling, a world, a story. I want to create art. Chapter 2. Why I'm starting with nothing. So I don't have a fashion degree. I didn't intern at a big label and I still work full-time. So why am I doing this? Because if I want to be ready, then I'll be waiting forever. There are so many people out there who have the dream, but talk themselves out of it because they think, I don't have any experience, I don't know anyone, or what if I mess up? But I want to be the proof. You don't have to know everything to begin. You just have to begin anyways. And I want to show you what that looks like in real time. No filters, no fake overnight success. Just messy beginnings, messy steps, but very, very big dreams. I think like many of you, I've always had that voice in my head saying, yes, this really feels right. It's kind of scary, it's kind of risky, but I should just dive head on into this because I know that this is right for me. But for a very long time, I kept pushing it down. I didn't want to fail in public. And I definitely didn't want to start something only to not finish it. But lately, what scares me more is that when I look back and realize that I've just let it all go to waste because my fear of being scared and of being judged was so strong that it stopped me from trying to chase my dreams. I'm doing this because I want more creativity, more passion, more meaning. This isn't just about clothes. It's about identity. It's about beauty. It's about art. And building something that helps people be able to step into the version of themselves that they have always wanted to be. Confident, brave, powerful. Chapter 3. What I've done so far behind the scenes. So here's where I'm at right now. First, I've started with a vision. I've spent days crafting mood boards, pulling references from everywhere. Not just from fashion either, but from anything that inspires me, like books, films, music, paintings. Not just aesthetics, but also emotion. I guess just trying to curate and get a better idea of the emotions that I want to convey with my pieces. Then I did a personal brand audit. What message do I want this brand to carry? I've also been experimenting with different sketches and silhouettes, writing down and sketching down ideas in my iPad, asking questions like, is this something that someone would want to reach for almost every single day? Or just for a specific event? Does this piece help you feel bold and confident, but at the same time, is something that you know that you would always reach for and you always look for? And yes, not gonna lie, I've had some major imposter syndrome. I've googled how to find a manufacturer like 400 times and I felt so confused and clueless more than once. But I've also had moments of just like clarity, I guess you could say. I don't know if you know what I mean. These moments of feelings where I just kind of know that even though it's scary, that I'm making the right moves and I'm taking the right steps. Almost like a gut feeling, I guess. it is definitely not the easiest of learning curves, and I have had to exercise a lot of patience. And I've only just started, but I feel like I've already learned a couple of pretty cool things about this industry or starting a business. So if you're interested in starting your own brand or business or just your own venture, I guess, and you have any questions that you're curious about, feel free to leave it in the comments below, and maybe I can do a video just answering all your questions about starting your own fashion brand or your own business. Chapter 4. The plan and the challenges. Here's the vision. I want this brand to be beautiful, obviously, but most importantly, I want it to be meaningful. I want every piece to be a reminder to the person that's wearing it that you are literally a piece of art. You're one of a kind, bold, capable, iconic, literally just like the main character of your own life. That's you. Think feminine but powerful, timeless yet at the same time modern and elegant, but not just boring. Now, I love structure and lace and flowy fabrics, and I also love pastel colors, but at the same time, I love strong, bold patterns and prints. Yet, I also do like florals, polka dots, stripes. So yeah, as of this moment, I'm not gonna confidently say, oh, this brand is going to be coquette or it's a modern office lady kind of brand, because I think it should reflect who I am and my personal style. And as you might be able to tell, I kind of just wear whatever I want and dress however I want. But the one common denominator among all my clothes is that they make me feel good, and they are timeless. They are pieces that I've owned for years, and I know that it will be so hard for me to part with. Doesn't matter if it's a lacy dress or a structured pant. These might not seem like they have anything in common, but I will do my best. And the dream is to have a brand that just encapsulates all of these different styles, different garments, different pieces, just effortlessly. My brand is going to be reminiscent of so many different pieces of inspiration that has come from the generations of the beautiful art that has come before us. And I can say that it will be classy, elegant, timeless, and most importantly, it will be made to last. It won't be defined by just one thing, but more of the quality and the confidence that you get whenever you put one of my pieces on. It's not just about looking good. It's about who you become when you feel good, when you feel like your most authentic self. That's the energy that I want this brand to have. And I want to take you with me every step of the way. Because if I can figure this whole thing out while working a full-time job, so can you. So let's talk about the plan. Right now, I'm focused on learning the processes from the sketch to the sample to production soon, hopefully. Building my digital presence, because honestly, that's still one thing that I'm not very confident in. Finding a manufacturer that I can trust, and I guess similar to the previous point, but it is to create content and share more of the behind the scenes and my life while building this brand. And my very first goal, to have my first launch within the year. And I'm gonna be honest, I am absolutely terrified. I've never tried something like this before, but I'm learning to be okay with being a beginner. And here's a hard truth that I've had to learn. Most people never achieve their dreams, not because they fail, but because they never start. They stay in the research mode forever. They wait for permission and they don't allow themselves to make mistakes. So for this project, I'm choosing to show up anyway, even if I'm not ready, even if I have no idea what I'm doing, even if I have no idea what exactly the next steps are. To build and to show up and document in public so that hopefully just one person can find these videos and my journey helpful. Because one day I know that this will be something great. And when the day finally comes, I'll be able to say, you saw me do it scared. So what can you expect from this series? Definitely real time behind the scenes. You'll see every part of this journey, or at least I'll try my very best to document it. From all my failed sketches to my failed samples to maybe factory visits that just did not turn out the way that I wanted to. All my disappointments, all my breakdowns. I'll share what I'm learning, what's working and what's not. Not as like a business coach, not as some fashion brand guru that has already a huge following and knows what they're doing, but as someone who is figuring it out right next to you. And I'm going to be transparent with my growth, whether it goes well or whether I flop, you'll see it. And most importantly, this isn't just about me becoming a founder, but it's about me finally chasing my dreams and choosing to not give up on my potential. And if you're someone who's also on the edge of something big and magical, I hope this channel becomes your safe space, your mirror, and your reminder that you're definitely not alone. So, this is day 1. I have a why and I have you watching, maybe even rooting for me. So if you've ever wanted to start something but have always talked yourself out of it, follow along with this series. Let's figure it out together. Let's build our dream lives today. Because if you've been waiting for a sign, this is it. I'll also be posting short snippets on my TikTok, and honestly, I think TikTok is like the fastest way you'll be able to get my real-time updates. So if you're interested, I'll leave the links in the description below. I'll be back next week with the next part of my journey. Until next time, take care of your heart, your mind, and your dreams. I'll see you in the next video very soon.